All right, I will be pointing out the disadvantages to the affirmative side, and there are quite a few disadvantages to granting amnesty to illegal immigrants in the United States. I have found 3 that will impact the country significantly. There's a threat to bringing more illegal immigrants to the country. Then there is also the impact it has on jobs in the workforce. And the last one is how the laws and taxes correlate together and how that will be affected. I have a quote from the Immigration Policy Issues from news-.com. They have facts from prior amnesties. The 2 amnesty programs provided legal status to nearly 3 million undocumented immigrants and their families in the late 80s and early 90s. These programs account for almost a quarter of all legal immigration from 1981 to 1995. These records are 15 years old, yes, but they will be belittled by the potential numbers that can come from another amnesty. And there are also immigration is increasing whether amnesty is given or not. And the Federation for American Immigration Reform estimates that in November 2004, illegal immigrants population was at 10 million. In 2006, there were 11 to 12 million. And in 2007, roughly 13 million illegal immigrants from the country. This has shown that illegal immigration increases every year. With amnesty being granted, the increase will intensify even more after there's already 500,000 to almost 1 million coming into the country anyways. And as you can tell, the immigration population has become dramatic in the last 15 years. A report issued by the Immigration Policies in 2005 on the census data that estimates that undocumented immigrants constitute almost 30% of all foreign-born residents. With more immigration on the way, this percentage is bound to go up even more. And with amnesty being granted, it will also encourage more illegal aliens for unlawful behavior, and especially their family members and community members, to sneak into the country in hopes of a future amnesty, which often happens not too long after the initial amnesty is granted. This is quoted by Director of Research at the Center for Migration Studies by Joseph Chamey, and that concludes the immigration increasing because of amnesty over the next years. And then I have my next disadvantages from the jobs in the workforce. They are definitely going to be heavily impacted. I have another quote from Joseph Chamey. He says that amnesty of illegal aliens depresses the wages of native and lawful workers by increasing the supply of workers, many of whom are willing to work for much less than the prevailing wages. With more support from Dr. Shane Hall, the instructor of political science and economics, he also says that illegal immigrants take jobs from native-born workers and drive down the wages by taking jobs for lower pay. So with the jobs being taken by the immigrants, the illegal immigrants, that they will take the jobs away from the native-born Americans when they're already struggling to find a job anyways. And then you can talk about how the lack of education in the illegal immigrants and the Americans, they have less educated knowledge as well. So then that's another competing prospect of this amnesty program. And Stephen A. Camarota from Director of Research for Immigration Studies says that allowing in so many immigrants with little education reduces the wages and job prospects for Americans with little education. This will create competition in the workforce, even after it is especially hard for Americans already. even though the demand for this cheap labor is already met, the immigrants will make it even harder. And Mario Garibaldi, from the administrator for research for immigration studies, says that a continued growth of the demand for cheap labor and low wages will occur, even though the demand is already high. And how much of the demand will be too much before the government will do something about it? And then my last disadvantage is the taxes and the law and how they affect the illegal immigrants drastically. Tax evasion is for the amnesty period is pretty much a government measurement that affords those who have evaded tax in some specified way freedom from punishment for their violation of the tax law. This is pretty much saying that if you break the law, or the tax law, is okay because amnesty will come around and you will be acquitted of it, which is definitely not right, because native-born Americans don't evade their taxes. And with passing amnesty, it would create an underlying weakness of the tax enforcement policy. This would cause for the illegal immigrants to take advantage of it. And a huge factor that plays in the toll with illegal immigrants is Social Security. And a stat from NumbersUSA.com says that even though illegal immigrants contribute $7 billion each year to Social Security, they fail to note that for every $1 contributed to Social Security, they withdraw $10 in government benefits. And closing with this, Joseph Chamney, Director of Research for Center for Migration Studies, he says, it is clearly unlawful to enter or remain or work in a country without proper government authorization. Granting amnesty undermines the rule of law among a nation's citizens. Thank you.